All right, guys, if you didn't know already, well, now you do. I bought a truck, and with this truck, it is an F350 6-liter Powerstroke. Freaking awesome. Bought it running, driving, everything for a hell of a deal. Now, there's one little catch to it, and that is it does need a little bit of work because you're not going to get a deal on anything without there being some sort of problem. And it's really not that big of a deal. Well, not initially anyways, because initially it just needs a oil cooler. And with the oil cooler, it comes up, it'll run and drive. I can put it around the block where it'll run for like 15-20 minutes without an issue. But over time it will start to overheat, which is a problem. And these motors like to blow head gaskets. They are commonly known as the 6.0 Powerstroke. And so if you come with me, we are going to, well, let's open the hood on this thing and see what we got. Because to be honest, I have never actually worked on a diesel before at all. A little bit intimidating to say the least, but honestly, I think there's a little bit more space in this than there is in this car over here. We got a lot of work ahead of us. I am also going to have to pull the front radiator fan off. This fan shroud is gonna have to come off and replace the timing cover seal on it as well. So basically everything in here is gonna have to be removed. So kind of a hell of a way to get my hands dirty on a diesel for the first time. This truck is already studded, so I don't have to worry about that. And the EGR has already been deleted. It's been, for the most part, bulletproof. The only problem that currently resides with it is the oil cooler. Let's go ahead and get pulling this thing apart, and we'll get started on it. Also, if you remember in my last video, when I was introducing the truck, I said I was removing fuses and trying to find a draw on the truck. Well, I found it. If you listen very closely, you'll be able to hear like a humming of sorts. It's kind of like an electrical hum. I got out my little stethoscope and I was poking around in here to figure out where the humming was coming from. I thought maybe like a glow plug unit or some sort of control unit that controls the injectors or high pressure oil pump or something along those lines. And it wasn't any of that. And eventually I crawled up on top of it and I put my ear right against this thing. And there it is. So with that kind of tells me that something's shorting out within the alternator. So I ordered a new alternator as well, which hopefully that'll take care of my electrical draw, which was about 500 to 600 milliamps. So I'm going to replace that with a new alternator, and then hopefully the milliamps should drop to about 50 to 100. So that'll take care of that. And then that means I'll be able to keep my remote start and Viper alarm and all that stuff, which is cool. But other than that, let's dive into this thing because we got a lot of work ahead of us. Hiya! All right, so we're gonna start with this here. I've actually got a new power harness. For now, let's go ahead and remove these. Somebody's gonna say something in the comments probably about putting batteries on the cement, but Mike, if you're watching, I know that's you. So to remove the belt, there is a little tang. Let's see if I can get you guys in there. So I'm gonna pull on this and that's gonna hook right onto that. Just have to pull it really hard. There we go. Oh, maybe, almost. All right, so I just started draining the coolant, which you can see down there. I'm still working on getting this belt off here. Let's see what we can do about this. Got it. Whew, that took a lot of work. Holy crap. All right, so pretty much the whole belt's gonna have to come off anyways because I gotta end up doing the front cover here. Oh, that's cool. So that disconnects there. That disconnects there. I really need to take this off. Let me see here. Well, that's loose. All right, this thing's all busted up. Go right there. Piece of junk. Now it's Nikki. This is talking to me. This is talking to me. Saying, fix me, fix me. This whole thing's broken. Oh my God, it goes all the way across. This is what it is, nothing I can do about it now. Going to be a very slow and painful process, I can tell already. Alright, there's that. Oh, look at the little turbo. You know what? I might be able to just do this. That's what a lot of people do, I think. Ah, there we go. Golly. So this is the intake manifold. This is what would be the throttle body, but because it's a diesel, there is no throttle body. I'm gotta get the turbo out, because the oil cooler is still down in there. International 2006, right on the valve cover. Neat. All right, this is a 36 millimeter. So I'm actually gonna leave that in there for now. Look guys, a manufacturer that put V-bands on their truck from the factory. Can you believe that? So the factory downpipes have this little tang on it. You guys will see when I get the pry bar in there, but it's very nice. Hey, all right, got that one. Okay, one thing at a time here, guys. So we got the up pipe. I believe that's what they call this from Ford. That's what these Ford guys call this, up pipe. Oh, look at that. Somebody's already been in here. Zip tie here and zip tie there. That's cool. I'm not mad. Oh, come on. Let's see here. If I can slide this in here like so. Hey, we got it. God, this thing weighs a ton. Way easier with the alternator out, that's for sure. I don't know why these guys do this with the alternator in there. Little spoolie boy. Yeah, looks good. Oh no. There goes that. Just put that right there. God, that's a big turbo. Thing's massive. Damn, guys, this sucks. This whole thing is just trashed. Wonder if I should change out the condenser too while I'm here. That thing looks toast. No wonder the AC isn't working. All right, well, one thing at a time. We're gonna carry on with this. Yeah, all right, so that comes out. There we go. That's that. All right, y'all. Intake manifold is out of there. Somehow I've been messing up with my camera this entire time. It's tough because I can't actually see when I'm recording, when I'm not, when it's strapped onto my head. Intake manifold is off. This is this big ugly looking thing. I don't know why they designed it like this. It doesn't look good at all, but I guess they're not doing it for looks. They just need it to function. And it's weird because there's no throttle body on a diesel, so it's just kind of is what it is. Okay, y'all, I'd like to apologize. The earlier part of this video didn't quite work out how I had planned. I was trying to get the whole like POV action going with the truck, but I don't think the POV video actually turned out good. So I would like to apologize for that. Before I go ahead and pull all of this out, I'm now gonna start on the front cover. Unfortunately, that's another pretty big job. So we got 2 big jobs going on with this motor right now. And hopefully by the time it's all said and done, it'll be all nice and clean and running in tip-top shape until like some probably electrical component fails on it, but we'll worry about that when it happens. Oh, what is that? Woo. Woo. We got it. Look at that. It's a big chunker right there. Huh? There's serious hoses here. Huh. We got it. Finally. Oh, all over the floor. Now, these should be the oil pump gears, which should slide right out. And we can inspect these. Woo! There's one, and there's 2. All right, y'all, back to reality here. Earlier today, I did the video review of the twin turbo 1400 horsepower Viper from my friend Kirk. It was an awesome, exciting experience. I highly recommend you guys go check out that video if you haven't. But for today, for the rest of the day anyways, I'm gonna go back to reality and go back to working on my, my budget tow truck here. So oil pump gears all look fantastic. I'm super happy about that. That means there's not too much trash that's been sent through this motor. It's been a very well-maintained 300,000 mile truck. With that said, let's get to pulling off this oil pump and let's get this video underway, because time's a wasting. So, got a bucket. We're just gonna lift it up and put it straight in this bucket right here. Woo. This is the oil cooler right here. This is what actually comes up and we'll be changing out. So I got 2 bolts here, and I'm pretty sure it's these 2 bolts here. I'll double check, but I'm almost positive it's those 2. So basically the coolant flows in and out of this, and this is kind of sits in the valley of the motor, and this is what actually cools the oil as it flows into the valley of the motor. So this is what's gummed up. This is what I'm gonna pull off. You just got 2, I believe they're 13mm bolts right here. Then I have this one here, and this one here. And then these guys, that'll do it. So as you can see, we got all this cleaned up. I got my old filter out of here. We want to replace it with a fresh filter because these things will crumble over time. So we clean all this up, suck all the old oil out of there, drop the new filter in, and then we're going to pre-fill this with some fresh oil, and then the new oil cooler and oil cooler housing gets fitted right on top of it. Whew. Wow. All right, got the center valley all cleaned up. Just gonna pour a little bit of oil in there. Wanna pre-fill it, so they say. Alrighty, so I guess this is it. Looks like anyways. Yeah.